Up2Us Sports believes that military veterans can serve as great role models and mentors. Its Operation Coach program hires and trains returning military veterans to coach youth sports and inspire kids to stay in school, say no to violence, and make better life choices. Operation Coach provides these veterans with meaningful career opportunities and a chance to serve as everyday heroes to at-risk youth across the country.
And of course, a question for many veterans when they come back home and get out of the service is what they're going to do next. Up2Us Sports, which you just saw in the video there, helps provide our returning military men and women with an opportunity to help at-risk young people in their respective communities through careers in sports and youth development. For more, we're very pleased to be joined from Newsmax, New York, by Paul Caccamo. Paul's the CEO and founder of Up2Us Sports. Paul, we really appreciate your time tonight here on Newsmax Prime.
Thanks for having me, JD.
So, Paul, we heard about the initiative Operation Coach. Can you tell us how it got started?
Yeah, you know, I was in New Orleans, and remember a few years back when the veterans were first coming home, there was a lot of public service announcements saying, you know, do something for a vet, take him out for coffee, buy him a drink. And I was in New Orleans, so you can guess that there was a lot of opportunities in that city to buy someone a drink, and there
Sure.
was a veteran, and
Yeah.
I did just that. And I said, hey, thanks for your service. I want to offer you a drink. And I asked him what he was doing since he had come back and from 2 terms overseas. And he told me that he was having a hard time finding a job. And then he asked me about what I was doing, and I told him that I ran a national nonprofit that hires adults to be coaches in any number of sports. The sport doesn't matter, but that hires them to be coaches and use the power of sports, the power of coaching kids, to help inspire in those kids values like staying in school, saying no to violence, having the confidence of as a young girl not to become a teenage mom. And I can think of no other sort of avenue to communicate these messages where you get the trust of children as in sports. So when I mentioned this to the veteran, he looked at me and he said, you know what? I feel like that's what I was trained for in the military. When I learned about teamwork, I learned about leadership, I learned about discipline, focus, and of course the military is a very physically active experience. So he said, if only I could be a coach for your organization. And that's really when the light bulb went off for me. And I said, you know what? We should be hiring veterans to make them these natural role models where they could use all that training they got overseas right here at home, leading kids and pointing kids in a better direction, especially in so many urban communities like New Orleans, like New York, like Tampa, Miami. I mean, go all over the country, Los Angeles, where we have so many kids who need a role model
and speaking of that,
like a vet.
Speaking of that, how many states are you currently operating in? What's your ultimate goal?
So my Operation Coach program is now in Miami, in Philadelphia, and Los Angeles. I would like a national workforce of coaches, and that's what I'm trying to do, is raise the sport. I want to pay these veterans. They deserve a salary. They're working with kids. They're going to go through 36 hours of training with us because we want them to be able to really, again, talk to kids about life skills development through sports, so that takes training. So I'd like to see this program all over the country because we know that kids need these adults in their lives. And we know that veterans are particularly suited to be that kind of role model for these kids.
This sounds very exciting. And if people are watching us at home and they want to learn more about this, where can they get more info, Paul?
Well, go to our website, up2usports.org. And in our website, you'll see we're running 2 programs around coaching. Up2Us Sports is literally thousands of sports programs across this country that believe in the power of sports. On our website, you'll see information about Operation Coach, which is particularly for our military veterans returning home who want to coach. And you'll also see our sister program there called Coach Across America, where we actually hire young people from communities across the nation to step up to the plate, give a year of service, coach kids, and be the positive influence in their lives.
Paul Caccamo, we appreciate the insights on Up2Us Sports, and we wish you well. Thanks so much for your time tonight here on Newsmax Prime. Up next, our political panel, Scotty Nell Hughes and Ford O'Connell. That's straight ahead, so stay tuned.